So, friends, UPSC prelims is approaching, and many of you might be studying hard. However, a pattern has been found that we focus on prelims paper one and forget paper two. So, in the examination, we get nervous in some of the question and then fails to qualify for paper two. That happens that some of you will be scoring very good marks in paper one above the cutoff, but fails in paper two, and so you will be not be able to appear for means paper. So in this video, I will providing you some of the key points that will help you to solve the comprehension question of paper two. So let's start with discussing the change in pattern that has been brought in UPSC prelims paper from 2015. So earlier there was both GS paper 1 and GS paper 2 marks were calculated to find the cutoff. It was assumed that that was helping engineers background student to qualify for mains easily. So a change was brought from 2015. So now the qualifying of the prelims depends on two factors. You have to first qualify paper two, and then your score in paper one should be greater than equal to the cutoff that is decided. And the criteria for qualifying paper two is 33% of the total marks, that is 200 marks, which is which is equal to greater than 66 marks. Total number of question asked in paper two is 80. So each question is of 2.5 marks, so 200 marks. And there is a negative marking of one third, that is of the total marks for every incorrect answer. There are basically four types of questions that are asked in the paper two. They are basic maths and from the comprehension. The reading comprehension, you have to answer certain questions, logical reasoning, and data interpretation. So let's go forward and see the number of the question asked in the comprehension from the comprehension section first in UPSC prelims paper two. As you can see, in 2016, approx 28 question has been asked. 17 again 28 question has been asked. In 18 or 18 question only asked because the weightage of the data interpretation went up in 2018. In 2019 again 30 question has been asked from the comprehension section only. So as you can see there, it is the most important section as approx 30% to 40% are question are asked directly from this section. It is very easy to score from comprehension section if you have good basic learning and good practice you have done. And this is also very important because if you are very means everyone is not from the engineering background, so their math might not be very good. So this comprehension section helps them qualify for the paper two. If you see the approx 25 to 30 question asked, and if you involve LR and data interpretation, approx 55 question are asked. And if you have achieved means accuracy of 80% also, then your marks will be approx 100, and that will be enough to qualify for you for in paper two. I will assume that the people will attempt minimum 50-55 question paper two, because if you attempt question of only 75 marks or 80 marks, then what it will become is if in certain question either it went wrong or you bubbled wrong, then there are chances of not qualifying. So people should attempt approx 50-55 question paper two to be on safer side. So I will be discussing some of the key points that will help you first comprehending a comprehension, and then what to do while attempting the question on the examination. So the first thing that you should start from now itself, since it is 3 months remaining. You should develop your reading habit. You should read daily newspaper. Uh, 20 to 24 passages are now asked uh, in, in the comprehension section, and that is of 25 to 30 questions. So each is approx 120 to 150 words. So your reading speed should be very fast. You just cannot read very slowly. Otherwise, you will not be able to complete your paper. So that habit has to be developed from now on itself. In fact, many of the newspaper are in the form of passage or comprehension only. So that will also help you in comprehending in the examination. Second thing is, while attempting the paper, you have to read the passage with concentration. Means if you are starting from the first word, end with the last word, and you should be reading with concentration. You just should not means forget in between or your mind diverted in between. Then you will not be able to get the real idea behind the comprehension. There is a central theme of every comprehension that you have to means analyze while reading the comprehension. And while reading the comprehension, you can highlight certain keywords or certain words. And there are certain words that are used to ask the question nowadays. And these keywords are premise, inference, and conclusion. You might have seen many questions last year that what do we infer from this paragraph, what is the conclusion, and all. Premise is just if the question are asked directly from the paragraph according to the facts given in the from the paragraph. These are very easy questions. If they are written that okay, uh, like 10% of the population lives in India, something like that. It's very much. These are you don't have to think that this data is correct or incorrect. That is not to think. You have to if that is given. You have to use that data only to answer the question. Second is inference. Inference is not directly stated, but it follows from the fact given in the paragraph. You have to analyze it and you have to infer something from the paragraph depending upon analyzing the central theme of the paragraph, the facts and all. And conclusion is deduction from the fact of the whole paragraph. Conclusion is not to be at the end only. Can sometimes the conclusion can be in the middle also, in the starting also of the paragraph. Certain words are used to identify the conclusion, like thus, therefore. And in certain paragraph there will be no conclusion. You have to deduce from the fact itself. Both are almost very correlated, inference and conclusion. And next is you have to practice last 5 year passage question that will across 100 to 120 question. After that, if you are achieving accuracy of 80%, it's well enough. You should be able to then solve the most of the question in the examination. Now some of the key points. You have to use the fact only from the paragraph. If in the paragraph it is written there are 15 planets in this solar system, assume it. Don't use your brain. Use only the fact that is present in the paragraph. Whether it is correct or not, you have not to think about it. You should not generalize anything. Means any of your knowledge or anything, if it is in contradiction with the paragraph, do not generalize it. Just let it be. Whatever in the paragraph, it is correct. Assume it is correct. And while in the attempting the question, check esteemed statement in option, like all of the above, none of the above, uh, and like there can be many esteemed statements should be. These statements are generally incorrect across 90% of the cases, but still check for it. Means most of the time these esteemed statements are incorrect only. So what I do is I read the question first and then read the paragraph. Sometimes what happens that the facts are asked from the paragraph and those facts are you can deduce from first two lines itself. You don't have to read the whole paragraph. So you read the question first and then according to the question read the paragraph. While reading the paragraph, just highlight certain words that might be required or that might help you in reaching the correct answer. So what we will do, we will take a question of 2017 prelims paper and we will try to see. So I will first start with the question. Which of the following is the most rational inference from the above passage? So they are asking rational inference. So I had to read the whole paragraph and try to find what is the rational inference from the above passage. Just 1 minute for all of you to read it. Yes. So as you can see, I have highlighted the keyword of this paragraph. Climate change is likely to expose a large number of people to increasing environmental risk, forcing them to migrate. Climate change, migrate, okay. International community yet to recognize this new category of migrant. There is no consensus on the definition and status of climate refugee owing to the distinct meaning the term refugee carry under international law. There are still gaps in understanding how climate change will work as the root cause of migration. Even if there is recognition of climate refugee who is going to provide protection, more emphasis has been given to international migration due to climate change. But they need to recognize the migration of such people within the country also, so that the problem can be addressed properly. Now see the options. The world will not be able to cope with large-scale migration of climate refugees. Vague statement, it is incorrect. We must find ways and means to stop further climate change. Nothing has been mentioned, so step in the just incorrect. You can engage these two options directly. Now see the C. Climate change will be the most important reason for the migration of people in the future. Okay. Relation between climate change and migration not yet properly understood. Three seems to be, but three has not been directly anywhere said, or it is difficult that in the future that climate change is the most important reason. It is one of the reason, but not most important reason. Again, kind of certain extreme word. And relationship between climate change and migration not properly understood. If you see this slide, there's still gaps in understanding how climate change will work as the root cause of migration. That is somewhere helps in understanding that this should be the D should be the correct option for this. So in this way, if you will keep practicing more and more paragraph, you will be able to means get a good high number of accuracy. So in Apti Plus website also there are many paper available. You can just go and attempt it in of paper two and try to get idea means where you start in paper two also. Remember you have to score 33% marks in paper two during the examination to qualify for UPSC prelims. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.
I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.